Success Insight shares the stories of the people with passion and drive who make things happen in the world. Here's your host, Howard Fox.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mindset Monday with Andree Martin. Andree is our leadership mindset and golf performance coach. She is an LPGA Class A life member, a nationally recognized top 50 golf teacher and expert, and a member of the Maine Golf Hall of Fame. She is also a Neurolinguistic programming master's certified coach. Now, recognizing golf's value as a business tool in today's competitive marketplace, Andree works with individuals, groups, corporate, or organizational clients to create educational and team-building programs that enhance the professional success of aspiring executives. Andree, welcome back to another episode of Mindset Monday with Andree Martin on the Success Insight podcast.
Thanks, Howard. It's always great to be with you and to talk more and more about mindset and using golf and sports to enhance your success.
You got it. And, hard to believe it is December. This has been a year. I mean, it's gone by quickly, but you and I have
flown.
We've traveled to the far corners of this country, and I'm glad we are able to continue to produce some great quality content here. Thank you.
Me too. It's truly been a pleasure, and hopefully everybody's gaining a lot of insight from it all, as well as improving their mindset and performance.
Most definitely. So what is our topic for today's episode of Mindset Monday?
Well, it is the holiday season. So our topic for this month is the 5 keys to surviving the holidays. And we want to use mindset for peak performance, not only in golf business, but also in life.
Definitely that. And the holidays, they can certainly be a stressful time, just the hustle and bustle, the slowing down of that, family preparations. There's a lot of stuff going on where, your mindset is just got to be spot on for that peak, as you were saying earlier, that peak performance.
Well, it's not only that, and if I were to use your words, everyone has a story.
Yeah.
And, we have our business side to us, as well as our family and fun side to us. And I don't know any family that doesn't have dysfunction, and we love them anyway. And so, I'm always looking at stories and people, and I always like to learn, how do people function and still play their best? We know this is part of this program and what we're teaching, and I thought it would be important to, reshift that focus and mind frame around all this. And so I've got 5 keys that I'd like to share.
Sure.
And the first one, since we've had Thanksgiving and everybody's been full of turkey, and we're already shifting gears into the additional holiday season, you've got to breathe. A lot of us just can't seem to catch our breath, and we're always looking ahead and getting worried, instead of fully being present and just focusing on the now and just getting centered. And so I'd like to go back to a breathing technique that I shared earlier in the year, because I use it daily, and I find it very, very helpful to just even take a moment. It can happen in a minute or more. It's up to you, but you want to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds. So if we could just do that exercise real quick right now. You breathe in. So breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4, hold for 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Just notice how that immediately sets you in a calm.
Yeah, I think that is a great exercise not only on the golf course, but even at the beginning or at the end of the day when either at beginning when you're thinking about, okay, what do I want to accomplish today? Who's going to be there to support me, or who do I need to support?
Exactly.
What do I want to get done? And perhaps this breathing exercise is a great intro to that kind of mindfulness exercise. And even at the end of the day, think about, what did I accomplish today? What went well? What could have gone better than it did? What do I need to change tomorrow? And then close that off with a nice breathing exercise like
and that actually leads us nicely into the next 4 keys to surviving the holidays. And if all our listeners take away today is this one thing, that's why I put it at number 1. It just can make the difference of you enjoying the holiday and enjoying a moment versus reacting. It helps you get a perspective so you can purely act as needed when needed. So the number 2 key is, what can you affect? And I always like to remind everybody, we can't fix others. It takes strength, courage, and resolve from within to make an effect in that which you can affect for yourself and your team. And so we want to be the bigger person, the leader you are, the warrior you've become, the listening coach, if I were to tap into several of the topics we've covered this year, and know that you can only change how you react and participate. Others' response and reactions are their responsibility. So how can you, I always love Christmas lights, so I always like to say, how can you be the light and the shining light, the leader you are, whether you are performing on the golf course at your very best, and even if you're gaining and recovering from a bad moment or a shot in the hazard, you're coming back. In a moment with the family, it's how we present ourselves, how we react, and how we temper our emotions, which is why that breathing exercise is also so important. And so how you participate and how you are the light for others is how others will then follow and oftentimes emulate your leadership. Whether you are tending to or wanting to be the leader in that moment or not, you actually are.
Great.
Number 3 is exercise helps clear and recenter the mindset. One of my favorite teaching tools in golf is the impact bag. And I know this is an audio recording, but if you can imagine a punching bag that is, say a foot high, and you're actually able to strike a golf club into that bag. Oh, it feels so good. And it actually has a purpose. It helps you get into a really strong impact position, which is what any leader wants to do in every situation they're in, is to make clear, conscious, intentional impact and be the leader and the change they want to make in the world. And for the company and for the team, however you are as that leader. And hitting balls, I love to strike a big driver. Oh, it's just so exhilarating. Now, I know we are also in the cold season. So for those of you that are up in the freezing cold, if all you have is one of those orange whip tools or speed stick, if you can make 10 swings in each direction, both left-handed and right-handed, and just swing hard and let it just whip you around. It just feels so good, and start in balance and finish in balance. Again, that helps you make great impact.
One thing I would love, Andree, and it's just dawning on me, is if you have pictures of you or working by yourself in a video, or working with your clients out on the course, images of some of this equipment. I think that would be pretty cool.
I could certainly provide that.
That would be cool, because I'm thinking to myself, what can I do to stay in shape or better shape? Because if I have to change one thing this year, and I actually had a podcast episode not too long ago, Jeff Seckendorf, he was on the Mind, Body, and Soul series, and he's a world-class cyclist, and
Mm.
he works with one of the foundations. You and I were chatting about the Alzheimer's early on. There's another,
The Wheelers, yes.
there's another major league, and I'm thinking ALS. It's not ALS, but it's Parkinson's. That's what it is.
Parkinson's.
One of the major or known, it's certainly not a remedy, but it slows down the impact of Parkinson's, is a exercise, lifelong exercise. And the
Yes.
and the older, wiser people like us who maybe don't have Parkinson's, but we need to exercise now more than ever. And now you are reminding me of the importance of step 3. So I'm like, okay, my brain is going a mile a minute as we're having this conversation.
There's so much research behind how it helps with the endorphins. It helps with clarity. It helps with just settling the mind. And it can become very meditative once you get into a flow with it, whether it's cycling, swimming. With the Parkinson's patients, I've actually had several golfers that I've helped with Parkinson's, helped their golf games with it. But I know many of them have even found success with the punching bag. Sure. And the physicality of punching the bag has actually helped. It helps with rewiring the brain, and calming that shaking that they tend to get. And it's just amazing what it can do. So it's all about letting it all out at the holidays, really. And the exercise helps clear and recenter you so that you can make the most of your time with family.
Great.
And so that brings us to number 4. And that is, how can you be the best version of yourself over the holidays in all circumstances? Where might you place extra focus? Where do you need to take stock? I mean, this has been a great year, I hope, for everybody. And even if it hasn't been your best, where can you take stock, break it down, chunk it down? And in this holiday season, how can you make it as fun as possible? Enjoyable for you, enjoyable for others, as you would in business or parts of your golf game. It might even just be the thing we were just speaking of, keeping the calm, tempering you down, and be the calm you want to see in others.
I just got back from Houston to attend a family function. So that was my Thanksgiving. I saw a large part of my family, not all of it. So from my nieces and my nephew, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it home to the Detroit suburbs, but I am thinking of you. However, when we were down in Houston together with family, and I'm thinking, our parents are getting older. Perhaps there's a sibling we don't get along with, and there's the kids screaming and this and that, and we're just not used to it. And I think at any point, one of those scenarios, or maybe there's another scenario, that we just have to find the way to, maybe you tie it back to the breathing exercises. Remember, absolutely, when you feel like your pressure is starting to build, find a way to recognize that, and in the moment, take that step back, do that breathing exercise, so that you can be the best version of yourself in the moment.
And my 4 suggestions within this is take stock, break it or chunk it down as you would in business and golf. And what can you do to make a shift and redirect when needed, which is exactly what you just did with your family. And that's what we all need to do. And, we're either trying to make peace, or there's some folks out there that just like to ruffle everybody's feathers and see the pot get stirred. Well, you can still be that shift. And how can you redirect it and deflate that? And then we've had some great episodes this year, and we have some past episodes that can also help with that.
Sure.
It's great. And then the last one, I'm kind of doing a spin on words here. We want to whiff them. Instead of what's in it for me, it's what's in it for them. And this also brings us back to listening, breathing, and several keys that we've used this year in other episodes to help you with success in business and your sports games. Focus, target, bullseye. How is your navigation easier now than before? And how can you keep nailing that bullseye? Get ready, take aim, fire, and fire again as needed. Be the warrior and coach. How can you share a common vision? Act, lead, succeed. Breathe some more and survive. Because the happiest holidays can be the most enjoyable holidays. And it's up to us. And I wish each and every one of you, and Howard, you as well, a very happy holiday. And no matter how you celebrate with your families, you surround yourself, I hope it's feastful and enjoyable. And thank you for joining us on Mindset Mondays. And let's go for the gold as we head into 2022.
Fantastic. Well, Andree, another fantastic episode and the 5 keys to surviving the holidays. And I definitely think we've got one more episode to close out the year, but this is the penultimate, I think that's what it is, the penultimate episode for 2021. So thank you. And before we head out, as usual, where are the best places to go if our listeners would like to learn more about you?
Absolutely. I have a Facebook site, andreegolf.com. I can be also seen on Instagram, YouTube. I have a website, andreegolf.com. That's Andree with 2 E's. And Howard, you have all these other wonderful opportunities and ways people can hear this episode as well.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, we can be found on successinsidepodcast.com. We are also on the Success Inside Podcast pages on LinkedIn and Facebook.
LinkedIn, yes.
Yes, as well as the major podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and of course, Spotify, where we actually have all of our Mindset Monday with Andree Martin episodes in the playlist. So lots of ways that folks can consume really this library of Mindset Monday episodes. I think, there's gold out here. I think we've definitely gone for the gold with this series, and very excited to see what's in store for us again in 2022, Andree.
Likewise, Howard. Always a pleasure, and happy holidays to you, my friend.
Fantastic. You as well. All right, folks, there you have it. And we hope you enjoyed today's episode of Mindset Monday with Andree Martin on the Success Inside podcast. Today's discussion was the 5 keys to surviving the holidays. And we do hope you have an opportunity to listen to this episode, and it prepares you for really leading into the major holidays in December. We're already in passing the Thanksgiving and just kind of leading into the new year. So one more episode to go for December. But in any case, this is, as we said earlier, the penultimate episode for 2021. And we'll have one more to go. Okay, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there, have a phenomenal day. Take care of yourselves, your family. Practice your breathing exercise. Be aware of who you are in the moment. And just, again, take care of yourself. Be good. Take care of the family, the community. And we wish you the best. Okay? We'll see you on another episode of Mindset Monday with Andree Martin on the Success Inside podcast. Take care now.
Success Insight is a production of Fox Coaching and First Story Strategies. Find us online, successinsightpodcast.com.